Hi everyone, what's up? Thank you so much for being here. Today I'm going to show you guys how to create the perfect brow in 3 different ways. So you have the powder, you have the pomade, and you have the pencil. So if you guys want to see how I do it, then please keep on watching. First off, before I do my brows, I want to make sure that my face is clean. So if I'm going to be doing a dramatic makeup look, I always start with my brows. So I'm going to use my nose to be my pointers. This is going to be your starting point. And on the side of your iris, that's going to be your peak. Oops. And then that is going to be your tail. I always just measure it on the side of my eye and then put a little dot on that. So you have 3 dots already. I like to use my nude colored eye pencil. Sometimes I use the white one. So it's going to be easier for me to clean. And actually, I don't even need to clean them anymore because it really doesn't show afterwards. Now I'm going to start with the pomade first, and then I will be using the Anastacia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. This is the most popular one, so I'm like, why not? There are so many options out there, just like the e.l.f. Locket Liner and Brow Gel. You can use that as well, but today I will be using this one. Also, your brush plays a big role as well, not just the product. And this is from the Milani brow gel as well, brow pomade, and I still have it because I love this brush so much. Now if you do not have any brow, just follow the eyebrow map guide and you will be fine. So if you don't have any eyebrows, you will literally just draw it. I have a little bit of brows, but you know what? I'm still going to draw it so that it will frame really nicely. So I loaded my brush with a little bit of product, and then I'm going to comb my brows just to make sure everything is neat and clean and all of the hairs is going in one direction. And then slowly I will follow my hair outline and the guidelines that I just made earlier. So what I'm doing right now is that I'm doing an outline. So I'm going to make a line under my brows. Again, brows are personal. You can do whatever you want with your brow. And then I'm going to make another line at the top. And then connect that line at the bottom. Of course, out of all the days, today I'll make a mistake. But don't be afraid because we will clean that later on. And then after creating the outline, I'm going to fill it in just like that. As you notice, I haven't really dipped my brush in the jar because, again, I want to do this or intensify the color slowly because I don't want to shock myself. So if you wanted it to look like more Instagrammy or something like that, just add more. But you know what? Instagram photos are edited, so yeah. Then I'm going to comb the front just to give that faded look. And then brush outwards. Always start with a brow that you're always having a hard time with so that when you do the other one, it's going to be like super easy for you. I hope I make sense because sometimes it's like when you do your nails, right? So when you do the left one, it's like super easy. And then when you do the right one with your left hand, it's all crooked and stuff. So at least you can balance it out because it's going to be easier for you when you do the other brow that you're very comfortable with, or something that is easier for you. So you can manage what they look like at the end. So start with the brow that you're not comfortable with, or the brow that you always mess up with. I hope I make sense. Hope I do. And then of course I will be doing the exact same thing on this brow. Just making the outline first and then fill it in. The thing about brows is that if you do it the right way, you will look young. And if you do it the wrong way, it can make you look old. But brows are very personal. So you do whatever you want. Again, you can always make your brows darker. It's just going to depend on your personal preference. The color is going to be up to you. And then after doing this, we are going to clean up the brows and make it more defined. I am going to grab my flat, straight synthetic brush. And then instead of a concealer, I will be using a foundation. The reason being is because I noticed that if I use concealer all the time, it looks obviously concealed around, and sometimes it doesn't look nice. It looks fleek, but in person it doesn't look really that nice. So I'm gonna use a foundation so it's more, I'm gonna say, natural looking, or you know, I don't really have to like color correct around my brows, because sometimes I notice when I'm doing it, it's like, oh my gosh, my brows stand out more than whatever the case. I feel like there's like such an indifference around my eyes. I don't know, but that's just me. But if you're comfortable with concealer, then you do you. But I suggest try using the foundation of your shade, because I promise to you it will look 10 times better. But sometimes I just alternate concealer and foundation, but I'm happier with, you know, cleaning my brows with foundation now. And this is the final brow look for using the pomade. So again, you can intensify it as much as you want. It's going to be all up to you. Now moving on to the brow pencil. So this is like the thinner one. There's like a flat slanted one, but today I'm going to teach you how to do it with this type of brow pencil, because this is like the most popular one and the most common one. I think this is so much better to mimic the hair. That's the reason why I chose this one. I do have like the flat, kind of like a thick pencil, but I prefer this one because again, you can mimic the hair strands. And then I'm doing the exact same thing on how I did the pomade, with the pomade. So sometimes if I wanted to make it look really natural, like the no makeup look, I just literally put some color inside my brows, no outlining or whatever, just literally put some color in it. Older women that I have met in the store, they just like it like that, like just filling it in, because it's easier for them, and you know, their generation is not more of like our generation. But to tell you guys honestly, I'm 1980, so it's not like I'm the concealed type of brow person back in the day. I can remember just using a clear mascara on my brows because we're actually not allowed to wear makeup at school. I started using makeup when I was 21 or 22 fully, something in that year, because my mom would always tell me to, like, you know, invest on skincare, and I'm just really happy actually that she, you know, told me more about skincare, because she said it's gonna benefit you from the long run. So I'm happy that I kind of listened. But you know, makeup is fun. Makeup is for everybody now. It's not just for makeup artists. So it's nice to transform to a different type of person every single day, but do not forget skincare routine. Anywho, sorry for blabbering. Back to the brow. Doing the exact same thing, and then I did the outline, and then I'm gonna fill them in. So again, you can do it both ways. You can just, you know, fill in your brows, and if you do not have any brow, I would suggest creating an outline first. Now, if you're gonna ask me if it's going to be easier if you use a stencil if you don't have any brows, I would suggest just to practice at home, because sometimes stencils are not really that accurate. I also, okay, for those people, microblading is an option, but it's scary to do something permanent. And to me, I don't really advise for you guys to do something permanent. But if you're comfortable that way, well, then it's going to be up to you. Again, it's going to be up to you. But, you know, just make sure that wherever you're going to is a expert, a licensed one, because I have a client who has botched brows, and I really do cry for her, and she's depressed every day because of the botched brows. So please be careful out there, guys. If you know to yourself that you can practice at home, just do that. And then after this, I will be using the Salon Perfect Brow Gel. This will tame the hair of my brows since we just used pencil. It doesn't have any ingredient that will keep the hair all together. Not unless you choose to have a brow pencil that is really creamy. But this one, I don't want to skip this step because my brows is going to go north to south. And this is what the brows look like using a pencil. So if you guys wanted a softer look, I didn't conceal it anymore. However, I used the foundation to outline it. So it looks really nice and really clean. That's what it looks like. If you guys notice, I don't have any lashes on because I'm resting my eyes. And of course, for the last one, we will be using a brow powder, and this is it from Tarte. And the brush that I'm using right now is from e.l.f., just $1. Gonna load my brush just a little bit. I love this Tarte brow powder so much because it's pigmented. It really does the job right away. So now, if your brow powder is not pigmented, if you guys notice, I didn't use my Wet n Wild is because I totally ran out of it already. Anywho, going back, sorry. So if your brow powder is not pigmented, and if you feel like it's not clinging anywhere and it's taking you nowhere in life, I would suggest to put wax first, or a brow gel, or whatever the case may be that comes along with your brow powder kit. Put that in a spoolie and then comb your brows and then use the brow powder, and you will see such a huge difference. It's gonna look like a brow pomade effect. But if you don't want it to be that strong, well then just apply gradually until it intensifies and pray to the gods, and then you'll be fine. So I'm just cleaning it around using this Q-tip that I got from Food for Less, I guess. Yeah. Alright, so once I am done with that, I'm going to set it with a brow gel or brow wax, whatever the case may be. You can also put this on a spoolie, it's going to be easier for you, but I love using the pencil. And then just a few more touch-ups to make it really nice and defined. And again, if you don't want super archy brows, then just fill your brows in. And if you don't have any brows, you can, you know, just draw them and apply it gradually, the color gradually. Hey, hey. Okay, so this is the final look using the brow powder on my brows. Which one do you guys prefer? If you guys also want me to make a video on how to choose your brow color, just let me know. And yeah, this is basically it, guys. I actually had fun filming this because I know a lot of my friends would always ask me like, how do you do your brows? La 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 la. So this is all for you guys. So if you have any more requests, just let me know. I'm so tan right now. I don't even go out of the house, like seriously. So that is pretty much it for today, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. And if you are still not part of the Sassy family, go ahead and subscribe. I upload 5 times a week. I know it's kind of annoying that way. Let me know in the comment box down below which one would you like to try. A pomade, a pencil, or a powder. Which one have you not tried yet and would like to try? I just repeated myself. Why do I always do this? Like, every time I film a video, I like keep on repeating myself. So subscribe if you haven't already and turn your post notifications on. I will see you guys on my next video. Check out my earrings, guys. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Did you see that? Charlotte Russe.